today's video we go over the full Microsoft 365 tutorial for the business account. This will allow us to see everything that a Microsoft 365 paid for version gives you access to with a business license. Please keep in mind that if you want it to come for personal or school accounts, those tutorials will be coming out later on HDTechLogic. Firstly, we come to bookings. This allows the client, instead of the company, to have to book appointments. This is Microsoft's promotional video for it. Before we play it though, we will just show you a basic understanding. What this allows the client to have is a link from the business that allows them to have a web page appear on their mobile phone or computer where they can pick the service, they can choose the staff that they would like to use, the time, and they can add their details such as their email so that you could email them back. It's what the mobile app looks like for the business, and this is what the computer web-based app looks like for the business. We're now going to show you Microsoft's promotional video.
Meet Sarah. She owns a pet grooming business for perfectly groomed cats and dogs. She used to spend a lot of time scheduling appointments with her customers. Monday at 9, Wednesday at 2, and sometimes her customers would forget to show up. But with Microsoft Bookings, her customers can now book directly on the web. They simply select the service they want at a time that works for them. Bookings lets everyone add the appointment to their calendars and automatically sends reminders. And Sarah can manage it all from anywhere, including her phone. She spends less time scheduling and more time making her customers and their owners very happy. Microsoft Bookings.
That's their promotional video, and then there's the usual YouTube recommendations. That's the basic idea of bookings, that the client, instead of having to phone the business or use email to make an appointment, instead they can just do it themselves, as long as they go by the guidelines that the business has set, such as business hours, when staff are available, and all of that stuff. And they can the business can also add times that specific services can be used. So that is Microsoft Bookings. We're now going to move on to the next one. This is Excel. Excel, so we'll currently open it through the web, but Excel allows you to create many different things. Excel can be used for invoices, calculators, anything that can need a formula or just a general spreadsheet can be done with Excel. You can also add forms, which we will come to later. You can add many different types of charts into it, which are already included. You've also got formulas, so you could create calculators and many other things. You could create stock charts and geography charts. You could add comments if you wanted to share this. You could also create different views and get help. Excel is really good if you want to create these sorts of things, such as auto sum, invoices, and many other things, because with Excel, we'll take invoices for example. With Excel, if you want to create an invoice, if you set up the formula correctly, you can get it so that the total price, after all the subtotal and all the other additional prices, after the subtotal, Excel will look down the list of prices that you have made the client pay, and then it will automatically add it all together and put it in the total box for you without you having to ever get a calculator out and do that yourself. Excel is quite useful for that, and I would definitely recommend it if you wanted to do things like this. Moving back onto the 365 suite, we now go over to OneDrive. I'm not currently going to open OneDrive, but because this specific business license has had issues with OneDrive, so we're going to leave that for the moment, but I will give you a rundown of what it does. Microsoft OneDrive allows you to store files with up to 1 terabyte of storage on Microsoft servers. This is known as the cloud. It's a lot safer than storing locally, because in the event of your PC to ever get hacked or any viruses go onto it, then you can also lock down your OneDrive from your Microsoft account and stop all access. OneDrive also allows you to access your files all in one place from any device, so long as it's signed into your Microsoft account. You can also share files to people who don't actually have a Microsoft account. People can edit in real time, and they can edit from the web client or the actual main desktop client. OneDrive is great for sharing files and storing files where you will need to access them on multiple devices. I definitely would recommend OneDrive. I personally do use it quite a lot, and that's where all my main storage goes to. Also, with the Microsoft 365 suite, you also get encrypted security, a personal vault, and you can also recover against malicious attacks, such as if somebody was to grab a hold of your Microsoft account password, you could recover your OneDrive, as Microsoft saves everything a couple of times on different servers, just to be sure, with malicious attacks in mind, so that you can also always recover your data. Planner allows you to create plans, organise and assign tasks. It also allows you to share files and get progress updates, as that's what it says. I once created a plan. If you want to see it, we can. So what you can do, say hello, it's me. So if you want to add a task, so add the engine to the lawnmower. Let's just say that you are creating your own lawnmower. You can select a date that you want it to be done to. You can assign people. I'm just going to assign it to me, and then add task. Then that will get notified to me when I come to the time. That's pretty useful if you want to plan different things. Next is project. This allows you to create a project through your Microsoft account by developing plans, assigning tasks to yourself, tracking progress, and also managing budgets, so you could do everything through 365 on an easy database. We're going to now open project. Let's create a new blank project. Okay, so I currently don't have a license to do this, as my Microsoft 365 business account doesn't currently have the license to be able to do this, but I will give you a rundown of what it does. With project, it allows you to assign tasks to yourself or other people in the project. You can develop plans by saving it through a file. You can also track your progress, so you can tick things off and it will automatically give you a score of how much you did in the day and all that good analytics. And also you can manage your budget by basically saying, hey Microsoft project, this is my price, is it in my budget, or do you think it's not going to be by the end? Next is Teams. Microsoft Teams is a very advanced application which we may be doing a separate tutorial on. For the moment, we're going to give you a brief overview, and we may, not promised, remember, not promised, but we may upload a Teams tutorial. Microsoft Teams allows people in a team with a 365 business or school account to be able to chat, do high quality meetings with virtual backgrounds and blurred backgrounds and things like that, all through Microsoft 365. You can do high quality meetings and live events so long as you've got the correct licenses. If you've got the correct licenses, you may host live events where you have a Q&A text chat where everything is moderated by a moderator who owns the live event and is the organizer, and then you can have presenters who will be actually doing the live event themselves. Teams is great for different meetings and budget, like let's say you've got a team, you can have different channels such as finance and the project and the ideas team, and everything you can add into different channels and choose everything about that. Word allows you to create documents. These Word documents are pretty useful if you ever want to do stuff in Word. So in typing, I could just put like project plans, make it a bit bigger if I want, add some bold. And basically what Word allows you to do is choose different fonts, many different fonts, different sizes, and you can also add all of these great appliances to the text, such as bolding it, italics it, and also use underlining. It also has an inbuilt editor which allows you to see your statistics, so you could see it, how long it takes to read, so 2 seconds, how long it takes to speak, so let's just say it quickly. Project plans, here are my plans, that took about 3 seconds in my opinion. There are 5 distinct words, and this is pretty good. So this allows you to get a score on how well you've done your work. You can also dictate, so it will need access to your microphone to do this, but you can speak and it will basically type what you say. Not bad software. Moving on, we've now got access to the next section, calendar. I'll show you this a bit later, but for the moment we're going to skip it because it's in Outlook. Forms is a great piece of software to be able to create surveys, quizzes, polls, and many more. So saying welcome to Microsoft Forms, I'm going to create a new form, survey for YouTube. What do you think is a better title for this video? As you can see, it will highlight when you've done spelling mistakes and all that. It also adds theme ideas that have already been created for you, so I'm going to pick this quite nice one, add a new one, and then multiple choice, let's say. What title do you think is better? Microsoft Forms full tutorial. Don't know it? Check it out. Microsoft Forms tutorial. And then you can add all of these questions. You can also add other options as well. We will let out a separate video for Microsoft Forms tutorial. We aren't currently sure if we are going to release different videos for different services at the current time. There's a high chance that yes we would, and also there is that we wouldn't. So don't expect too much, but we are confirmed that we are going to let out a full tutorial on Forms, as we do realise that this could be pretty useful for certain people. Also, it says at the bottom, powered by Microsoft Forms, but nobody can see your email address or personal information through it. OneNote allows you to create a notebook that is synchronized across all of your devices, and allows you to basically have a digital notebook instead of having to take physical text and type it and draw. So we're going to add a section. We've added that, and we can title our section, and then we can add different things as well. You can also synchronize Notebook with Whiteboard, which we'll be coming to shortly. That's OneNote. It's very useful if you want to take digital notes during meetings and things like that. Power Apps. This allows you to create your own app through Microsoft. You can create apps, AI builders which can detect things so long as you train it enough, and you can even create chatbots as long as you have got the correct licenses. Power Apps is definitely useful, and you can add data. SharePoint allows you to share and manage work, content, and what this allows you to do, you can create news feeds through SharePoint and many more things. So we're going to quickly, you can create a site or a news post. We'll create a news post. Great. Okay. Cheers. We'll create a site then, everybody. So we'll create a team site. Site name Microsoft 365 tutorial for SharePoint. As you can see, it's detected that. I'm not going to actually create a news post or site because it's going to create an email address, which we don't really want. But this is pretty useful if you ever wanted to do that. As you can see here, it gives you a general idea of what it looks like, and you can create your own sort of website, but it's more web-based information and feed sort of thing that the company does. To Do allows you to go into your Microsoft calendar, and we're going to get back to that later actually, because that is in Outlook. Yammer allows you to message people through your 365 account. We're not going to go into that right now, but what it allows you to do is send messages to other people and share files. Yammer is not as commonly used anymore, as Teams is sort of more as an overtaker, but Yammer is still used and is still supported, but may get discontinued in the future. There are certain rumours that it could, although it's not confirmed yet. Delve allows you to see who you are in contact with and see the relevant data that you have shared or they have shared with you. You can read through emails and many more things with Delve that you have communicated with people to. Kzala allows you to create a chat app for work. Now Kzala does need access to your mobile phone number and also needs access to an app on your phone. As you can see, we can't actually use it all yet until we've registered our phone number. But it's a mobile messaging app for businesses, and that's what Kzala is. It's quite useful, but it does need you to download a separate app, whereas many people would just use Microsoft Teams nowadays. So once again, rumours that Kzala was going to get discontinued, although at the moment not confirmed. Outlook allows you to send business class emails. So we've got Power Apps emailing me, and bots and all that. So pretty interesting stuff. What Outlook allows you to do is send emails, or it says message here, and you can send them attached files from the cloud or locally. You can encrypt them so that it's encrypted. You can stop them from forwarding it. You can make it confidential or highly confidential. Pretty interesting stuff. You can add CC or BCC so long as you're on the specific client and website. You can also check for accessibility issues and set importances as well. You can also have signatures and many more other cool things like that. So Outlook allows you to send business class emails through your 365 account. Calendar allows you to create appointments and calendar through Microsoft Outlook. It's pretty useful and it's synchronized up to your Teams calendar. People allows you to add people to your Outlook directories. Oh, I'm online now. Great. Okay. Please also do keep in mind that you probably have seen the email address a couple of times in this video now. Please keep in mind that all emails will be blocked soon, as the recipient account will be terminated soon. So please do not attempt to email us through the email address and name that you have seen on this video, as your email will just go to nobody, as this is not an account that will be working by the time that this video comes out. Power Automate. This allows you to synchronize all of your Microsoft apps through Microsoft. So you've got an AI builder, as you know, and create flows, data, and many more interesting things. So in the UK where we do this, and what this allows you to do is create AI builders that synchronize across many platforms. So you need the correct licenses to be able to use this, but this is pretty useful if you want to do this. There will be a limit on trial capacity as well, so you do need to ask your admin for an AI builder license. But this is pretty good because you can get it predictor stuff, object detection, you can get it process forms, do entity extraction, and even category classification based on what you teach it. Flows allows you to create things like getting Microsoft Forms to email you a specific amount, and then if it's free in your calendar, then it will send an email to the client saying thank you, and then it'll also save it in your calendar and remind you and send you an email. Those are the sorts of things that you can do with Automate. It's pretty useful. Stream allows you to not live stream, but it allows you to upload videos that your company can contribute to. You can upload a video, you can do a live event, as you can see. I didn't say, well, you can sort of live stream. What I was saying was that you can't live stream like YouTube, but you can do this sort of streaming. I'm not currently going to set up the stream, as I don't seem to be able to see my language here, which is a shame really, but here we go. This is the stream setup, and permissions, and then options. You can also create videos, groups, channels, and you can even record your screen for this. Just going to cancel that for the moment. Video is what Stream used to be, and it's now discontinued on Microsoft. It still appears in the 365 system, but it says to everybody it isn't available as it hasn't been set up yet, but the admin can't actually set that up for you. Dynamics 365 is quite an interesting system that allows you to create things like this. So here we've got some stuff here, such as these things through Power Apps and many more things, and it all allows you to go through your 365 business apps from sales and service operations to financials, and you can all see it from Dynamics 365. My analytics. This service needs at least 4 weeks of data before you can start using it. But basically, this allows you to see when you are focused and if you're proactively managing it and doing collaboration, and are you keeping screen time at a high or low. It's very good. It allows you to discover your habits and work smarter with what you're doing with your 365 account. People we've already gone through with Outlook. PowerPoint. This allows you to create presentations such as business plan to success. Obviously not saying that this is actually what we're going to be doing today, but oh look, it's actually notified us. I did do that on purpose, definitely I did. I did not do that accidentally, definitely. And you can also do a pretty interesting thing. If you go to slideshow, you can rehearse with coach so that you can see how good you've been doing, but also you can present live. This brings up a screen on your PowerPoint saying connect to the live session. Basically, a number will appear in a second on the screen which allows people to connect. Now I'm going to quickly get out of here because we don't want people to connect to this session. But that's pretty useful if you're in a business hall or something and there's people from different countries. It automatically transcribes it to their phones or devices. A sway allows you to create a list or a sort of website, but a personal or just more interactive version of PowerPoint, such as business plan to success. And also it has highlighted the spelling error. Once again, definitely not me, just accidentally spelling it. Interesting though, it's still saying that there's that, and also of course that is that. Interesting, PowerPoint didn't highlight that, so that's something to note. You can add many different features as well. It's quite a good piece of software if you want to create a sort of PowerPoint that's interactive more to the person and is web-based. And finally, whiteboard. This allows you and other people to collaborate on a whiteboard. So we've got whiteboard meetings. This is from Teams because it automatically synchronizes. But here we go. We're going to get logged into our whiteboard. We can share it with people. We can get an app. We can export it as an image. And what we can do, we can draw. We can use different colours. You can erase. You can also add text as well. You can also add sticky notes if you prefer to. So that's what Microsoft Whiteboard allows you to do. And that is the full tutorial of Microsoft 365 for Business. If you would like to see any specifics, or if you've got any comments or queries, please feel free to comment them down below. We will get back to everybody who asks for questions or wants more content like this as promptly as we can.